Okay. It's actually been a while since I last did this, but I figured I might as well since I'm not doing anything else. So, it's another Duelyst video. The goal of this video is not going to be to climb to anywhere, to any rank, to any division. I'm just trying to test out and maybe, how do you say it? Trying to test out and develop this deck list, this deck idea, trying to refine it. And the deck is mid-range Kaleos. It's an idea I got just by playing around with Onxy Jaguars. That, I don't know, a more minion-based Songhai could work. And also, just the nostalgia of using Kaleos back before, we had Reva and the Bloodborne spells. But I'm just going to quickly run down the deck list and then we'll get right into the games. We're running 3 inner focuses. This is almost a necessity in any Songhai deck. Running only 2 juxtapositions because, I don't know, just deck list room basically. And only 2 mana vortexes since there aren't very many expensive spells. Killing Edge and Onyx Bear Seal are the most expensive and they're only 3 costs. So it's not really necessary. I find a lot of the times I'll probably be using it just to cycle a card. We're running 3 Kataras. Katara is primarily a combo piece so that you can Katara, Inner Focus, and then Killing Edge for a lot of damage, and also drawing a card. Just an overall good card. Mist Dragon Seal to better position our Kataras, and it also has a lot of synergy with Onxy Jaguar. When anything moves, any unit of yours moves, it gains +1/+1. So whether that be from walking, a Mist Dragon Seal, or your Bloodborne spell, it's always going to get the +1/+1, and it'll just beef up your minions very quickly if you can get a lot of movement actions in one turn. Mist Dragon Seal's obviously a must for positioning, I just mentioned. Ephemeral Shrouds for that dispel, just in case we get taunted up or something like that. Healing Mystic is just a great 2-drop, honestly. The healing can make a difference, I find, in a mid-range deck when there's a lot of aggro on ladder. Might keep you just 1 or 2 points off lethal a lot of the times. So I like to actually get the effects to proc, even though playing it turn 1 is completely viable. Kaido Assassins, which this might be kind of a strange inclusion now that Katara exists, but Kaido Assassin is actually better to play as an opener because it probably, if you play Katara as an opener without protecting it, if you're just trying to contest mana tiles, it's probably gonna have to trade into another minion. And Kaido Assassin just does that better when it's not backstabbing because it just has 1 more attack. So that's why we're including 2 Kaido Assassins just as an early drop. And it also increases the amount of backstabbing we can do with the deck and targets the Killing Edge and also draw a card. 2 Phoenix Fires just as both burn and removal, just a good option. Carrying 2 Blaze Hounds, largely because I don't have Spelljammers to draw cards, so Blaze Hounds are gonna try and keep our hand filled up. 3 Killing Edges just for the damage. I just think this card is amazing, really, especially when you can burst out of hand when you're using something like a Katara plus Inner Focus or Juxtaposition. Just that sort of combo is a lot of damage. Plus, if you get on a backstab minion, you draw the card. Never a bad thing in this 1 card draw game. Then we have Lantern Foxes. Lantern Foxes just generate a lot of value. Just a lot of value, especially if you can guarantee yourself 2 Phoenix Fires, or even just getting 1 Phoenix Fire isn't even bad. Onyx Bear Seals are kind of our hard removal for this deck. In case something is too big to deal with, we'll Onyx Bear Seal it. Emerald Rejuvenators to stay healthy if we're getting rushed down and we need a few more turns to stall until we get a combo or lethal. It can keep us alive, and it's 4/4 bodies and bad. The downside, of course, is healing our opponent, but usually with this deck, I'm hoping to actually fight for board and half board, or just be able to contest it moderately. So not having to pull a million damage out of our hand is kind of the goal of this deck. Even though Songhai is so good at that. Keshri Fanblade is just a personal favorite of mine. I just like the way the card looks, moves. I wish its stats were distributed a little bit more evenly as far as attack and health is concerned, but its effect is definitely felt. When you're going turn 2 and you play Keshri on your second turn, it really limits their early plays. They pretty much just have to fight with minions. Or if you're playing like against a Cassiva and you're afraid of Obliterate next turn, you play a Keshri. They literally can't obliterate. They just can't. So we're running 2 of Keshri. I love the card. Hamon Bladeseeker is another reason why we have a lot of healing, or the Emerald Rejuvenators in this deck, because we don't want to die from Hamons. But Hamon Bladeseeker, pretty big threat. Not something you can just dispel like a lot of other threats in the game, like maybe a Namira healer. You actually need to deal with it. You need to tear through its 8 health. And it can really threaten the board, especially when it's getting buffed up by our last card, Onxy Jaguar, which I think is just a cool card. Maybe not the best card, especially for its cost, but it's just kind of a win more card. If you have this on board, if you already have board presence and you place this and then you move around your minions, it just generally helps. It helps to snowball the game out of control. So that's the list we're running. We're going to be making changes as we see fit. If we have dead draws, try and get some wins with this on the ladder. So, wait. Before we get into the ladder, of course, I should probably show my rank. My current rank is Diamond 4. It's also my top rank. I don't know if you've watched this channel for a long time. We did Road to Gold all the way back in April, and that was the first time we got gold. We never really got there before, but recently, the more you play, the better you get, and I've been getting Diamond. And this month, I think I could have gotten S rank, but I lost too many games just trying to get the quest gold. But anyway, let's just get right into it. Diamond 4. See what we can do. See if we can find a match without too much time passing by. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be against Ouroboros, who is playing Reva. Reva's very aggressive. So we can, well, he's got quite the array of ribbons. So we can go about this pretty much 2 main ways, as I see. We can either out-aggressor, or just try and get as much value out of our healing as we can. We're actually going to replace Mana Vortex because it does the least here. We don't have that many high-end spells, like I said before, so it's not as useful in this deck. I might regret it later, who knows. So, looks like our opening turn is either Katara or Ephemeral Shroud. Katara likely gets Phoenix fired right off the bat in his opener, if he has it. Phoenix Fire. What could he play? He could play Katara of his own. He could play a Lantern Fox. If he plays Lantern Fox, we're going to Dispel. If he plays Katara, then keeping the Phoenix Fire is important. So these are very important. Important to keep. Should I play Katara? Because it is a combo piece. Well, if I'm not going to be playing Katara, then I shouldn't keep Keshri. Because I can't reliably ramp into Keshri next turn. But I also feel that Keshri is very important in this matchup, so I'm actually just going to bank on bank on the idea, the dream world, where he doesn't have or replace into an answer for Katara. and then we're just going to call our turn. Probably should throw him a GLHF. Mist Dragon Seal could be good if our Katara survives. I'm not expecting it to, but hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? Chakra Avatar into Phoenix Fire. Yeah, he had Phoenix Fire. I don't think this is one of the worst outcomes that could have happened, since it's only buffed up to 3. I can still deal with it. My question is, do I want to dispel it? Or do I just want to Phoenix Fire it? We obviously just can't let it live. Lantern Fox? Probably not the most. I wish I could kill it and play Lantern Fox at the same time. We'll throw back Keshri for now. Even though next turn it would be a good play. Maybe not. I think we're actually just going to kill it with a Phoenix Fire. And move closer to a Mana Tile. Even though he can just take it from us. Or a Center Tile, more important. I think Center Tile lets us threaten both the Mana Tiles as opposed to just one. So if he wants to prevent us from ramping, he has to take both of the Mana Tiles. So it's definitely better than just moving towards one. And then we're just going to call that a turn. Tuskboar. Looks like he is going to actually be able to take both Mana Tiles from us. Yes, Tuskboar into Lantern Fox. And he's going to trade damage with us. Lantern Fox. I probably want to silence the Lantern Fox so that he doesn't generate any value from it. So we have 4 mana this turn. Silencing the Lantern Fox will cost us 2 of our mana, and we'll have 2 mana remaining to do nothing with. I don't like that idea of doing nothing. Mist Dragon Seal isn't doing much for us right now. We have no backstab minions. Oh, there's Katara. Speak of the devil. Katara does 3 backstab damage, so what I think I'm going to do, this might not be the best idea in the long run. What I think I'm going to do is actually use Katara to kill the Lantern Fox. Of course, after I silence it, so that he doesn't generate any value from his Lantern Fox. And also, I want to move Katara away from him, although he can still reach it. He's going to have to move closer to the wall, where it's easier for me to surround him, potentially. I don't think Katara will survive, but if Katara does survive, I mean, Katara can put in that work. Potentially. So it looks like he's not taking the bait to move closer to the wall. He's going to kill our Ephemeral Shroud. That literally doesn't matter. Tuskboar. Does he have a buff for it to kill Katara? Katara still has 1 health. Oh, double Tuskboar. Okay. Arcane Heart. Oh, we're gonna give away our Onxy Jaguar. We don't need it. We definitely don't need it. 2 Keshri Fan Blades is not exactly what we wanted to see. We'll play the Lantern Fox in a way where it can immediately threaten the Heartseeker wherever it goes, despite the fact that he can just body block potentially. Another thing we're going to do is actually No, I don't think we want to move away from him. I think we want to stay in pressure. Well, no, he doesn't have a Heartseeker for a few turns. Right? Because he just uses... So we're actually going to move away from him and kill this Tuskboar. This one's going to go back to his hand and continue to generate value. Killing Edge. He's going to hit my face. Usually aggressive decks will do that, so not surprised there. Gonna play Tuskboar, hit my face. Not surprising at all. Aggressive Regalist should do this. Okay. What we're gonna want to do here is hit face with Lantern Fox. This way, if he has to hit it again without silencing it, guarantees us 2 Phoenix Fires. Then we're going to kill this off with the Phoenix Fire that we got from Lantern Fox. Play a Ketri Fan Blade, which has a high enough damage that it's not just easy to ignore. And we're going to take another 2 damage to get rid of the Tuskboar. Now, I don't think he can kill us due to the Ketri Fan Blade. Normally, this would pretty much be game over, but I don't think that he can kill us thanks to Ketri. And we draw another Ketri, so we may be able to stall out the game for a few more turns. Let's see what he does. He's going to trade damage with me, probably setting up for a, what is it called, Spiral Technique, putting me at 8 HP, 4 wins. That's going to use up all of his mana just right there. Definitely cannot inner focus it or anything. Okay, so looks like we're actually be getting 3 Phoenix Fires from this Lantern Fox. I think we're gonna trade Kaido Assassin for now. Oh, Haman Blade Seeker. I think we're in too risky of a health situation to use it. Then what we're gonna do is blink this guy here to kill the 4 winds. Then we're going to body block with Ketri and we may as well Phoenix Fire his face with the leftover mana. Hopefully the Ketri will again ensure our survival, since he won't be able to generate enough spell damage. I think he's gonna play a Lantern Fox. He's gonna play a Phoenix Fire, a 4 mana Phoenix Fire. So he's got 1 mana left. Alright, so as far as I'm concerned, I think we either kill him here or we lose the game. So we have 7 damage with 8 mana, 7 damage. We need to double that. Haman is definitely not going to help us. This is probably definitely not going to help us either. So, unless you just, you might, it's risky. So if we play this for 5 mana, we Juxa, this has 6 attack. We move, it has 7 attack. We use our hero power, has 8 attack, plus 9, 10. I don't think this is lethal, but it's probably as close as we can get. Probably as close as we can get, right? So we get the 8. Oh, this is lethal. It's perfect lethal, actually. Look at that. Mid-range Kaleos beating out aggro Reva. That's immaculate, actually. That feels good, man. I didn't even calculate. Powerful. Victory. Or gain another Chevron into Diamond 4. And I'm going to cut the recording for a hot second.